Rainbows remind us of the promise God made to restore us. Rainbows are a symbol of hope. What we often forget is what happens before the rainbow forms. Rainbows are refractions of light through raindrops. That means if you want to understand the full meaning of the rainbow, you first have to pass through a storm. Storms are powerful. A thunderstorm can drop 125 gallons of water in just 20 minutes. One thunderstorm can produce more electricity than a major city would use in a week. Storms are also heavy. The average rain cloud weighs over 1 million pounds. The heaviness of life's uncertainties can be overwhelming and at times too much to bear alone. When a storm hits, the safest place you can be is inside a shelter, and it's at times like this that women and men come to Journey Clinic.
Divorce wasn't something that I thought would happen to me. I meant it when I said till death do us part, but maybe I was the only one. It feels like there's a heavy weight on my shoulders, just weighing me down. I wish I didn't feel so alone.
When you've been dreaming about starting a family for so long, seeing a positive pregnancy test is like seeing a rainbow. So, when the clouds start to gather again, what do? We thought this was our time, but now the doctors are saying they can't find a heartbeat. What if they're wrong?
When storms hit, they bring with them things we could never predict. Loneliness, fear, shame, grief. These are all real emotions we feel in the middle of a storm. At times, these emotions seem to be so powerful that they might drown us. We need a shelter, a friend, partner, or counselor who is willing to hold space with us by sitting with us, witnessing our emotions without judgment, and being present with us. When we have someone who can do that, suddenly that hard place becomes less overwhelming and it has less power over us. We find the hope we need to walk through the storm.
Being pregnant should make you feel less lonely, not more isolated. I need someone who will talk through this with me. But I can't tell anyone. Who would understand? Maybe it would be better if I just wasn't pregnant.
What if I'm not having a miscarriage? What if they were wrong? I just have so many questions. We need to have a longer talk with someone we can trust. I know that Journey Clinic can take the extra time with us.
In our hurry to get to the rainbow, we sometimes try to rush through the storm. But no amount of rushing or hoping will make the storm pass faster. The same is true in our lives. Part of being life-affirming means that we recognize the value in every part of an individual's story as worthy of being told, and we commit to walking together as they tell those stories.
I thought I knew what I had to do, but then my advocate asked me a question. Did I have one person who I could tell about this pregnancy? I was going to need support no matter what I chose. My advocate knew she was asking me to do something hard, but she believed I was strong enough to do it. Strong enough to bring my secret to light and reach out for the support that I needed.
They offered us a free ultrasound to see our baby, and we are hoping and praying that they find a heartbeat. I could barely breathe as our ultrasound started. What if... There! I saw a flutter on the screen. I knew we'd all seen it as I felt the tension leave the room. Our baby had a heartbeat. They told us it was very early and that there's still a risk of miscarriage. But right now, in this moment, I know my baby is alive and that people are praying for us. And that makes all the difference.
Heavy rainfall produces about 1.5 trillion raindrops in just 5 minutes. Trying to capture all of those raindrops is not just overwhelming, it's impossible. But trying to catch just one, that is manageable. Being life-affirming is about helping others find a raindrop they can catch. If we focus on just one raindrop at a time, the whole storm isn't so terrifying.
It's been 3 weeks since my advocate at Journey Clinic gave me one manageable step I could take. One step that changed everything. When I finally told my sister about my pregnancy, I couldn't believe her reaction. She didn't judge me, she just loved me. And then we told my mom together, and my mom wasn't disappointed either. She was excited for this new life. When it is hard to see past the difficulties of life, I know that I have people who will remind me of my blessings.
True help and hope happen when we uphold each other, when we encourage each other to bring our secrets out of the darkness and into the light, when we take time with each other. Rainbows happen through the process of refraction, when light meets water and bends. Being life-affirming means reminding each other that through hard circumstances, we are strong enough to bend instead of break. When we help each other bend in a new direction, God helps us to see the rainbows in our lives. The rainbow is evidence of the storm. It is also evidence of God's grace. Journey Clinic is a shelter in the storm where God's grace brings life and hope in the midst of life's uncertainties. And you too can be a shelter in the storm.